Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Paint Girling. Hello, hello, Kelly Rawson. Good morning. She was up with the chickens this morning. Good morning, Teresa. How you doing, kid? How's your shoulder? All right, I'm still moving some stuff away. Just moving some stuff out the way. Okay. So I feel like I'm a little behind. I had some things ready for this morning. Um, Probably should have done a little bit more yesterday, but it's okay. I was fiddling around with my camera, did a little bit of reading about that. And here, I think part of the problem was a little while back. I don't know if I mentioned this, maybe I did, but my laptop that I was using um, just died. It's very sore, but you're okay. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. You seen any improvement? Yeah, you're probably going to be sore for a little while, I would think. Um, So my husband, we had a couple of extra like monitors and a computer for my mom's and stuff like that. So he made some switches, transferred some files and whatnot. Well, it looks like my Logitech driver was not transferred. So I just discovered that this morning because when I read about the jumping, it said something about my you need to increase the I don't know all the terminology, like the shutter thing. So I went in to look at that to see if I could how I could increase it because I knew there were settings in there with my Logitech software, and of course it was gone. And so I made a few adjustments. So far this morning, since I've had my camera on, I haven't seen it jump. So I'm hoping, and then later today or this week, I'll download the rest of the software, and maybe it'll be even a little better. So it might look a little darker than normal, but Mitzi, hi Mitz, so nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. So I'm just going to say up front that my system is going through a lot of changes, and I may have to either cut off early today or excuse myself. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to make it, but it's just my program is going okay, I think, but yeah, I've hit a little bit of a bump here, and so it's just life, right? Yeah, no jumping so far. So, ooh, I hope it. Yeah, it's really nice to see you, Mitz. Um, so I have just been, and I've said this a few times, I'm sure. I love the brown paper packages, that come in the mail from Amazon. Now, sometimes you get the plastic bubbly wrap ones. They don't so much intrigue me, but the paper ones do. And so, good morning, Joyce. Come on in, have a seat. And so, I want to fiddle around with a couple of things today in that regard. I'm going to show you some of the things that I've done in the past. I think this one I started on a live stream. But I also want to try to use up some of my painty paper. So I'll talk to you about that in a little bit as well. Okay, Teresa's going to get coffee. I miss my coffee. I miss my coffee. All right, so this is a shipping bag from Amazon. And if you take one of these apart, they've got these little foam dots in between the layers, which gives it a cushion. Now, I think probably on one of my lives, I was putting this on my jelly plate to get some color on it because it's just a brown sack, like a shipping sack. Now this one I got a little bit of a wrinkle here. But if you're like me and you like to make painty papers on your gel plate, a lot of times I don't do the second side. And so I forgot to turn my phone down. And so I have a lot of painting papers that I want to use up that I'm planning to put in this cover and make a journal. But this side, I'm going to paint with some coffee. I have that in my fridge, but I'm not going to mess with that today. I think there's a few that are double-sided, but very few. So this is going to be a painting paper journal. Quite large, but you know, it might be fun to then do some art in this. See, I'll just trim this. I'll probably put some fabric on the edges and just do a simple, maybe 5 stitch pamphlet stitch. So that's in the making. That's a shipping bag, right? And I left these open, so these could really serve as a pocket if I should decide to do that. This isn't a shipping bag, but I wanted to, I'll show you this in a minute. This is what I was looking for last week and I couldn't find. A little while back, purchased a French magazine, and it came in this shipping bag. And I just love the way it looks. So in here, it's got the French address on this side. See, she taped it all up. This is just a packet, like from Post-it, I guess. And then I had some painted fabric that I did that I liked, you know, little strips that you can't, thanks Joyce, that you can't give up. So I'm just put those in there. I have this little piece of fabric I'm going to incorporate. And then in this one, I have paper from Jacqueline, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. That's going to keep dinging. See, I've got some of this sage paper. I just ordered some more. And I think I want to put this is going to be for me. So I'm going to put some of this paper in here. So I don't know if we'll do any of that today or not. So there's a couple of things. Whoops, there goes my baby wipes. I'm charging my phone. Let me turn this. I'm getting ads from Joann's. Okay. Let me turn down the sound. Okay. This one I think I did start on a stream. So again, this is the shipping bag. These guys are not going to cooperate. We're getting their slide on. Let me see. Let me see if I can check these under here. It's my napkin journal. Oh, I've got stuff in. I've got so much stuff I want a coffee stain. I just can't. I just can't get myself back in a good groove yet. So you can't see that it's a shipping bag, but trust me, it is. Maybe you can see a little bit here. I need to put some more glue there. But these are pieces of the shindy carpet that I have taken apart. And then I just cut little pieces. Now, some of the shindy fabric has this big stitching. It has a couple pieces stitched together. And some of it I took apart and some of it I left that way because I thought it looked kind of cool. So I just made lines on the bag, and then I used those as guides to make different rows of fabric. And then on the inside, I wanted to put fabric, but I wasn't sure if I had in my stash what would match or go with it. So I said, well, why don't I just use pieces of the shindy carpet rug fabric? So that's what I've done here. Of course, you can see it's in bigger squares, bigger strips, I should say. And so this will get folded, and I'll add some pages. And then maybe put I don't know, I'll get maybe some kind of a fun piece of bling or something to attach to it. And I can put some pages in here. And I think that's kind of fun. And then the program that I'm on, when they sent me all my supplements, came in a huge box with a bunch of nice, Kellyanne said she's finally figured out what she's going to do with her Mamagami paper masterboard. She's going to make a journal cover. Cool. So this one you can definitely see is a shipping bag. So I want to cover this up. I did have this on the jelly plate. So I will add things here. And I guess I cut this one so that instead of it being a pocket, I've got an inside, 2 inside pages here. I don't know, maybe I stitched, see, I'm not remembering. It's stitched here. So I'm not remembering if I stitched 2 bags together. I think I cut this one open and then stitched the 2 pieces together. And then in the box that all my supplements came in, there were, oh my gosh, I have a stack probably at least this thick of this brown. Hey, Jacqueline, good morning. Were your ears burning? I was talking about you already. Where I have all that paper, I ironed it, and then I cut it down into more manageable pieces, and I'm going to use that for pages in here. So some of them I put the jelly print on. I don't know if I did any of this on stream or not. I can't remember. I might have done this one. But I'm just going to use it for an art journal. I can't throw anything away. And when you get big hunks of this brown paper, it's all wrinkled up, but it's really cool. Mamagami is when you take a piece of paper and you put lotion, or you can use olive oil on your hands, and you just keep crinkling it. And then you open it up, and then you crinkle it again, open it up, crinkle it again, and put more lotion on your hands, and you just keep massaging that paper. It's a good project to do, like if you're sitting and watching TV. And then after a time, your paper starts to feel like fabric, and it takes on kind of the look of fabric. I have a couple pieces somewhere. I did it on a live because someone had said the word to me and I didn't know what it was. And you're welcome. So it's very interesting. I guess it's a Japanese technique. And so I did a little bit, this is a napkin, not on every page, but if you get anything in the mail, any kind of packaging, don't throw this paper away. It has a really cool feel to it. And so, of course, there'll be a lot more that I'll do with this cover. And this is a really big, this could really almost be like a porch journal or a lap journal. It's really kind of, let's see, this one is about 12 and a half by almost 9, not quite 9 inches. So it's a larger size journal, but I think it'll be fun. So there's that. And then I'd said a couple, ooh, there goes, I'm going to have a little bit of an avalanche. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned that I was going to cover this book with this fabric that Kathy Cow gifted me, which is beautiful. And this was just, I think, a little notebook that I purchased, say, like at Michael's or something. It was a couple of bucks. It could have been the dollar store, but for some reason, I think it was Michael's. And now I forget what the actual cover looked like. So I took all the pages out. I think these were stapled. And then I took some of that brown paper that I had splashed some coffee on. Oh, I've got this clipped. Wait a minute. Let me take it off. I don't want to rip my fabric. And I don't want to pop a nail. I'm having trouble with my nails. They don't really match the shape of my fat my fat fingers. So we may pop a nail before today is over. So then I just glued in my brown paper on this side. I just used, I think it was a soft gel, maybe on this side. Smoothed it all out. I got it on halfway decent. And then before I glued this on, I just put some fabric here. I stitched around it, not very well, but I stitched around it. And then I took some of Jacqueline's Delicious dyed papers, and these are going to go in here. Now that's just a simple journal. I mean, this is okay. I'm not super thrilled about these here. I'd rather wrap them around in hindsight, which I didn't make them long. Well, I can kind of do it. So I may adjust that before all is said and done. Thanks, Cal. But I really like that. But that fabric that Kathy Cal gifted me is really yummy. And then, of course, those pages, they're very yummy. So if you have any questions about that paper, Jacqueline is here. She can answer any questions. So then today, as I was thinking about what to do with yet another package that arrived, I drive my husband crazy. I tried this, I think, on ATC cards. I saw a gal. I didn't know what she was doing. She had pieces of book paper. Last time we were together, I showed you my little stack of book. I still have a bunch left. I think I still have even more than this. I didn't pull them all out. She took a glue stick and she just put a little bit of glue down, and then she just put a little bit of glue stick down. Then she would take a big chunk of paper and then just stick it down. And then she went to another spot and stuck that down all over her journal page. And I thought, what is she doing? Because all the edges were loose. I was so confused. But then she came back and she tore off everything except what the glue was holding on to. So I thought that might be a fun cover for a shipping bag. So last night I went and glued all these down, left my edges up, and then I thought, well, that looks too anemic for me. So then I splashed it with my coffee mixture that I keep in the fridge. I have some avocado in there, some avocado juice in there too, but I don't know why I didn't get that out and splash some of that on, but I didn't. And then I left it dry overnight so that today, hopefully this will work and I can start peeling off what's not really adhered down and have something that looks half decent as a journal cover. Hi, Ange. You know, I was thinking about Gail and I didn't message her. Has anybody seen Gail out and about? All right, so now I don't want to pull the whole thing off. I want to be kind of gentle. I mean, the gal that I saw do this, she wasn't super gentle, that I remember. But again, I'm trying to cover up the, see, now that one didn't stay. It was right on the edge. It came all the way off. Again, I'm trying to cover up a lot of the writing and whatnot that's on the bag, you know, the Amazon jazz. Now that's not hooked very well at all. So then I thought we could add different stuff to it and see how it goes. And then I've got more paper here that I can certainly use as pages if we get that far. But some of these bags are, small, medium, large, and then it's really cool, I think, to use them as a cover. They have a really nice feel to them. Those of you that do mixed media stuff, you know what I mean. Some stuff just, it just feels good. That's a little too far, Laura. But I thought I could splash more stuff on here. I could paint, I could stamp, right? I could ink dink. So what's everybody up to? How is everybody? Teresa's coming along. She said she's sore, but fine. See, I want to cover that up. Good. Well, we're glad you're here too, Jacqueline. It's nice to be able to take a little bit of a break from the norm. Now, of course, I could leave some of this and then glue the rest of it down, but it's not. I should have brought my coffee. But I thought ahead. I'm proud of myself for that. Usually I don't think this far ahead. Boy, see, that's a good piece. See, I don't want to throw, I don't want to throw that away. Yeah, Kel's out of her regular routine. Today's usually a beach day. I guess your season's about coming to an end, huh? I think she said she's going tomorrow. It's been really overcast. We haven't really gotten any rain here, but it's been dreary here the last few days. Yeah, that way. I might reattach some of these yummy pieces. Now you're on to Christmas ornaments, Ange. You're killing it, kid. All right, let me flip this. I feel like I have a sneeze coming on. Oh my gosh, we live in a 55 plus community, which some of you, I'm sure, know. And it is so quiet here as a rule. It is so quiet here in most cases. Oh, I thought you already did gift card holders. Good idea, Ange. Gift card holders come in handy for many of us during the holidays. And hey, Ange, how's Candy? Is she feeling any better? It is so quiet here. I mean, you could almost out in the street hear a pin drop. It's so quiet. Jacqueline said, I think I'm making a baker's dozen Halloween journals. Jacqueline's got some cute coffin journals on her website. Jacqueline, feel free to put your website in, babe. Yesterday around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a community behind us just started playing music like they had a band or something, or a DJ. I mean, it's almost like you felt like the walls were rocking, it was so loud. That went on until about 9:30 10 o'clock last night. And then it got quiet again, like our normal quiet. And then I guess around 10, I think it sounded like fireworks going off. Oh my gosh. Yesterday, it's like you had a constant headache. Guess I'm getting old. Oh, yeah, right. See, I keep forgetting that Jacqueline is kind enough to offer a discount if anybody's interested to order some of her delicious work, papers, dyed papers. If you use capital letters Lori, Lori, and the number 10, she'll give you a 10% discount on your order. There she is. There's our Candy. Hi, Candy. Were your ears burning? I missed you last week, and Ange said you were at the docks, and I just asked Ange how you were feeling. You just called her? Oh, Ange, you're a sweetheart. Thanks, honey. Yeah, she's been on my mind. Her and Gail have been on my mind. Of course, my mind slips, and then I don't send messages that I should send and catch up with people. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait to get my package either. Look at that yummy piece. Yeah, we're going to put that aside. So I glued down pieces of book papers here. If you're just popping in, or if you just arrived, on a shipping, on an Amazon shipping bag. And I glued down these pieces and left edges loose on purpose to give it this kind of raggedy, torn look. The gal I saw do this, and it's been a while, I don't remember who she was. I don't know if I have it. I know I've done it before, like I think for ATC cards. If I said her name, I'm terrible at writing down the names of channels I visit. I gotta say hers looked much better, but maybe it's because it was in a smaller area to do it. Might have to go get my coffee mix after all. I've got all my pile of scraps over here just in case. Now, I'm looking for some ideas of a couple of things. I was going to tell you guys, you ladies, whoever's watching or whoever watches the replay, if you have any anything you'd like to see me try or to do, I could use some ideas. I know some channels kind of stick with the same type of work, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think they do very well with that. It's like, you know, for me, I'm like a jack of all trades, but a master of none. You know how that saying goes. But I like to do a lot of different things, and so I've carried that over onto my channel. I'm not sure that that's a good idea totally going forward, but that's where I am right now. So I'm willing to try different stuff if I can, if I have, oh, I like that piece. If I have the supplies, you know, what I need to do it. This is a little more messy, but I glued these down last night, hoping to get a better stick, you know, so when I go to tear it off. You know, that one came up totally off. Laura, do you remember those toilet paper roll ornaments that I made? I want to make some, but I have forgotten how I did them. I don't remember them, Ange, but that's something I can check into. I'm sure I could find some info, but I have to write it down. You know, this fertile mind of mine is losing some of its fertility. Toilet roll ornaments. I kind of miss decorating my light bulb ornaments, but I'm not ready to get back into that jazz. I mean, doing one or two is fine, but one season I did, I think, I should say we, because my husband space coats them for me. I think we did like 600. See, on the shipping bag, you can see I trimmed this. You can see the little puffs of foam that's in there. All right, so now I'm going to grab my, so I can, oh, thanks, Kelly Ann. she's sweet to me. Oh, look, here's a loose one. Yeah, Kel purchased some snowmen. Her loves snowmen. Okay, so I'm going to open up mine. See, there's not much in there. It's way down. And I don't normally stick my brush down in there, but I'm having a hard time getting it out. Let me see if I have a really, I don't think I have a super long. Let's see, this might work. Where do I have a paper towel? That's got jazz all over it. I'm terrible at cleaning my water. This one I used with the coffee. Let's see if I can get down in there. You thought you saved it, but you can't find it. I'll see what I can find. I'm sure I can find something that I can tear off. This I was going to save. Now I'm going to get messy. I'm going to start popping back on some of these other little pieces. Now, I was thinking I could put some paint on top of here, like scrape some paint on top. What else can I add? I can add some fabric. I'm really wanting to cover up that black. You know how the Amazon, well, maybe you don't know, but the Amazon paper bag packaging comes with the great big arrow on it, you know, the Amazon arrow, and this great big black square where they put labels and stuff. Like I ripped my labels off. See, this is the big arrow. So I don't want that on my journal. So, of course, there's a host of ways you can cover it up. This would work with napkins. Oh, you have a napkin here. Look, this was left over from the other week, from not week. What's today? Sunday. From Thursday. Look how pretty this will look. So bricolage is a French word that means using and creating with things you have available. Oh, that's a nice addition, huh? I'm sure a lot of us have napkins, right? That we can add. I got my ceiling fan on, and that's blowing some of my stuff around. Maybe it'll help dry this a little. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, we love freebies with our orders, don't we? Yes. course, at this point, I don't know where, I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know where the front, which is going to be the front and which is not. I tried to get this, I guess I could have added a little water. I tried to get this Golden Matte Medium to come out of this container, but you know, I've been using it for a while, so it's a little on the thicker side. Thicker than Hunt's ketchup. Now, don't forget, if you don't like that straight edge on the napkin, just tear it, or take a wet brush, and you can get rid of that edge. Or you can do what I'm doing and put the straight edge on a straight edge. Well, that edge isn't that straight, but oh, whose idea was this? This is looking cute. Cute. I love spattering. I love spattering coffee or, of course, paint. Or some of you guys, oh, that's a good piece. See, some of these papers are moving their way back in here. Well, I watched the Phillies game yesterday. The day before was a little disappointing. I know you can't win them all, but last night was a really exciting game for a Phillies fan. Not so much for a Braves fan. Now, once this dries, I'm thinking about spattering. And maybe some stamping. Oh, the Bengals are playing today. The Buckeyes killed it. Yeah, I'm very home team oriented. I don't know. I think it's a Philly thing. But if you are probably aren't interested in this, but I'll tell you what, our one Phillies player, I forget which one it was, smacked a ball, went straight out center field, deepest part of the field, guaranteed to be a home run. And this Brave player, Michael Harris, oh my gosh, he leapt up over the fence, was hanging halfway into, like, they have cameras or part of the dugout back there, and made that catch. I have not ever seen anybody make a catch like that before. I mean, it was incredible. Okay, so now I'm wishing I had more of my napkin. There's a little piece. Zhuzh that over. Zhuzh, zhuzh. I wish I knew how to spell the word zhuzh. Just as soon as our town festivals are over, I have some things that I want to send to people. Oh, that's sweet, Ange. Okay, let's get some over here. I think I have another piece of this napkin that I put back in my book. I'm going to look. Take a minute to look for that. Hold on. Let me get my brush down here and get some water while I'm fussing around and looking for it. Okay, got that. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Now I forget totally what it looked like, really. Now that it's all in pieces, I can't imagine I didn't just know that's different. All right, wait a minute. Let me sit this off to the side a moment. If I don't have another one, it was more intense. I could probably just add, really any other one. This is kind of cool. It's the butterflies. That'll kind of stand out a little bit. Oh, I love it. It's so silly for me. Sometimes I just think, I look at some of these napkins and my stomach drops because they're just so beautiful. Some of them are just so beautiful. Let's take all of this. Look at that. For some reason, I think I pulled it out of this page. But I'm not seeing anything that I'm remembering. Looks like it. So we'll go with those butterflies, see if we can make those work. Of course, now I have glue up there. Seashore napkins. Yeah, I have a few. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, it's my son. Excuse me. Call from. Good morning. You're on speaker and I'm online.
No, he's calling about lunch tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Something to bring.
Okay, let me call you when I get done. Dad's not here. He's at church. And so I'll touch base with you a little later.
Okay, well, let me put the thought in. We want to use my orange grill.
Okay.
Okay, so that way you can think of things that you can have that are on the grill.
Yeah, Dad has chicken, so I know that's one thing, like chicken breast.
Okay, yes, chicken. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'll call you later.
Okay.
All right, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Our son and his gal are coming over tomorrow. So we got to do a little planning because he has eating issues and now I have eating issues. Okay. Let's see if I can get some of these. Now the easier way, see I'm tearing, but the easier way to do it really is to take just a wet small brush and you just dab around your image and the napkin just gives way. All right, I think I should decide which is going to be top and which I guess I can fold it this way and this could be the front. All right, let me get that brush back out. Take off the extra moisture. And let's start up here. And I'm telling you, if you feel like you could paint light bulbs, they sold like hotcakes for me at a fair because they're very different and unique. And once you get the hang of it, some of the designs, you know, aren't too difficult, really. Like a lot of the Charlie Brown ones, they're kind of easy because their faces, you know, are just like little dots. I know there's the one Santa Claus toilet tube ornament that's cute, but for me it just drove me crazy. I couldn't make them. You cut your toilet paper tube. Oops, got to pay attention, Lauren. So you have your tube, you know, your toilet tube, right? So you cut off about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. So then it's like a ring. And then you take yarn and you just start wrapping your yarn, like say red or a green yarn, very close together, and you just wrap it all the way around. No, I'm lying to you. You cut pieces of yarn so that you can loop it, and then you tie the little knot. You leave them pretty long, and then you pull it inside out, and the top becomes the top of like a Santa hat, and then you put a little pom-pom on top. I don't know. It's easier than I'm making it sound. But they turn out real cute, but I don't have the mentality for it. The wrapping of the yarn made me nuts. I have a couple YouTube videos, Ange, though, showing how I make the light bulb ornaments, if you want to check them out. Just saying. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad. So you can use all the little pieces, even this part with the lettering on it. See, that still looks cute. I don't really want it that close there. Now this is going to have to be dry for me to do any kind of stamping on it, unless I stamp on something additional and then glue it down. I think I want my butterflies kind of all go in the same direction. Does anybody have any plans for the holiday weekend? I'm going to, I think, foil my future daughter-in-law's hair, and I think she's going to make mine a darker purple. Yikes. Look, I'm just dipping in. Probably getting a little too much glue here. So, Kel, who knows what I'll look like by the time you get here? Kellyanne and I are counting the days till she comes for her visit. Oh, that's right. It's September 1st. You did, Candy? 10 inches. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would have been probably a beautiful. Did you cut it so you could make a donation? I did that once. Isn't it funny? Sometimes you have things on a bucket list. And I wanted to donate. But by the time I got enough to donate, I thought I don't know that I could do this again. My hair's not a pretty color. Oh, Candy, that would be so fun. I forget where you said you were moving to. You're staying in Jersey, right? Judy, Judy, Judy. Hi, Judy. Good morning. All right, I'm just seeing where I might want this guy. Maybe I'll group these two together. Somerset, New Jersey. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna look, Candy, and see. But you're not moving till October, right? We'll have to see if we can work something out. Because where you are, I think you're only a couple hours from me, but I don't know. After Kel's traveling, she may not want to get back in the car for that long of a ride. Well, we can see. We can see. Oh, Ange, that would be wonderful. You've donated 3 times. Wow, you're a rock star there, Candy. That is so cool. It's Central Jersey, but not far from Philly area. Okay, I'm gonna look. Somerset. Okay. I don't know why my chat is not repopulating I didn't change anything, but it seems like all of a sudden now I don't know. I'm so bad at this electronic jazz with all the not electronic, technical stuff. I need somebody to do all this stuff for me. I think I remember that, Somerset. All right, so this is kind of hit or miss a little bit. I really like the addition of the napkin. I think that really made it much better. I think I could use a little of this up top there. Let's see if I can just get some of the foliage. Okay, Kel. Of course, I'll have to consult my hubby because we just have the one car, but we'll see if we can work something out. And I'm like so not good at helping people move because I can't do a whole lot myself. But our neighbors, oh my gosh, their daughter uh, is married, and her partner have decided to part ways. But then her partner said to her, I want you out in one day. So they had to take a quick trip to North Jersey, and her daughter's moving down to Cherry Hill with family friends. So that was a lot for them yesterday. I don't think they got home till after 11 p.m. They were there all day. But it's got to be a couple hours ride for them moving her where she lived to where she's going to be living. Okay, so now I'm going to spatter this, but I'm also going to dry it. I think I'd like to stamp a little bit on here. Maybe some script. You know me and my script. And look, I'm going to throw this out. Don't judge me. A lot of girls stream using their phone, but that's confusing to me. I don't know how you see what you're doing. Like I bought a thing where I could hang my phone above me. And I think at least years ago, I don't know if it's changed. Dee Dee, she just has where she straps her phone to a board that like hangs above her work table. I could have that wrong, but I think that's what she said. Woohoo! I trashed the trash. Making strides in my personal development. All right, let me cap up. We still got plenty of glue down in there. You have 2 tablets too? I just bought the webcam because I'm dumb and it's just easy. It was just easier. It wasn't that expensive. And I knew I wanted to do it, not just a quick little thing, but I'd be doing it for a little while. So I just invested that money, and that's just been a blessing for me because I'm dumb. I'm stupid. I'm stupid when it comes to trying to figure this stuff out. I mean, if you go to Jacqueline, okay, let me brag on Jacqueline. If you go to her website, now this is a kid that doesn't do this for a living or anything, and she's got a job where she's got to be pretty smart to do her job, but she figured out how to get a website up and running, and you can't believe the things it does. I'm just amazed because I looked into trying to do my own website, and I got to tell you, it ain't happening. My son-in-law built me a website years ago, but I lost track of that. I could never get the hang of what I had to do. So if I said something about a website to him, he probably would disown me. He's probably pretty close to being disowned anyway. Okay, so in order for me to stamp on this, I need to get it dry. I was thinking I'd like to upgrade my camera, but I got no jumper today. So whatever I did, it certainly has helped. I think. Pretty say it'll start jumping now that I said that. So what I was looking for was I have a Logitech webcam 920C, I think, Ange, is what it's called. And oh, you're welcome, Jacqueline. But it's true. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just saying the truth. Oh, I just saw Candy said love the butterflies. Thanks, Candy. Um, it was really cheap. I think I got it. I think it might be regular. It was. I don't know what it is now because everything's going up so extraordinarily. But um, I think it was around $50. I might have caught it on a sale for like 35 or something. And all I had to do was really just plug it in to my computer. See, and then I can see what I'm doing on my screen, and then my chat is right there for me to see as well. And I use StreamYard because that's easier. I started out using YouTube as a platform, but StreamYard is easier for me. Now, probably I'm going to put fabric or something on that back side. I might get some more. Amazon has some for sale. That's probably something I should think about adding to my storefront. I didn't think about that. Um, and earlier I was talking about my chats not uploading. I'm having a heck of a time. I wanted to know what Dawn's site was called. Dawn's channel, not her site, her channel. Dawn, because there's another crafting visage or something like that. It's not her name. It's different. It's not her because she said she had that crackle window pane cards or something Ange was talking about. Hey, there's Laura. Hi, Laura. And I wanted to put that in my description box from my Thursday live. Judy, Labor Duh. Oh, Judy. Oh my gosh, I would love to hug Judy. um, so it just made it easy, and I was able to do it because I was earning my own craft money at that time. You see. All right, so I want to dig out. Oh, look at this stamp I held out. I was putting my stamps away, but this just looks like, you know, splats. I'm thinking this might look cute on a couple. That doesn't have any sticky left to it, so let me just see. I did juice up my jet black last time we were together. And I do like this LeBlanc stamp. So let's see. My typing's not great anymore when I'm awake. Ooh, so, all right. So right here's a nice spot. Maybe I can get some script in there. All right, let's take a piece of scrap paper and see if I can get a somewhat decent. Let me get one of my mouse pads out. I do like having that extra little cushion. Like I said, jack of all trades, hoping to be a master at something. Some people are just really good at certain things with what seems to be little effort because it just comes natural to them, like our Devon Rex with her jelly plating. Oh, I know she works hard, but she just has such a knack. See, I still think I need more ink on there. Let's see, where's my Riga. Vintage photo. Oh, I have an extra black soot. Oh, that's good to know. If I see the re-inker things go on sale. Oh, yes. Devin and I have been coloring buddies at times. We haven't done anything for a little while. I was just kind of really, really, thanks, Judy. I was just overwhelmed with stuff with my mama. And we haven't colored in a really long time. Your voice chat isn't working? Look, see, that's just sitting on there. It's not going in. So I guess there's more ink in there than I thought. So let's do this. This is what Timmy does. He takes some kind of a tool or a card. He probably has a tool. I know when you buy the white StazOn, you get a little tool that you can smush the re-ink, your re-ink stuff into your pad. All right. I hate wasting that. I'm going to do it. Just going to clean it off. Not going to think about it. I've got glue on my nails. Ooh. I have to get some alcohol. Some of my alcohol prep things. Let's see how this looks. Much better. Now I'm just inking in the center because I'm trying not to get a straight edge. That's just one of my quirks. And I want to just press down. I don't want to wiggle because I don't want it to be blurry. See, now it's on text, but see, I just think that looks smashing. Look how wet that glue is there. All right, let's try this blot. Trying to avoid that really wet spot. Now I'm just using my ink block to just add to the pressure so it can get pressure, across the stamp. It's cool, right? Yeah, it's cool. That really is really juicy there. Just tacky. It's starting to dry. That's good. Now, you may not want to fuss around like this with a cover, right? And that's fine. Got to do your own thing. So you can do as much or as little as you like to a cover. All right, I'm looking for another spot that I think maybe down here might be good for some script. Down here, opposite corner, maybe. Thanks, Ange. I'm not in screen. I got so much stuff up here. It won't let me. I don't have room to scoot my cover. Oh, thanks, Laura. What's Ange say? Ange says, I watch Gina K all the time, and I don't say nothing in chat because I don't know those ladies like I know all of you. But the other day, I asked a question, and she is going to do a video on what I asked. Oh, Ange, that's exciting. I don't know Gina K. What does she do? I didn't move my pad. Maybe something up in here. Still feels a little damp. Up there. Maybe up in here. I had never heard of these stamps, and I forget where I picked these up. It might have been the market. I'm not sure. Okay, let's push it down again. So what question did you ask, Ange? Let me ask you that. Oh, here's the menu. Ribs, baked potatoes, okra, mac and cheese. Oh, boy. I think I'm going through carb withdrawal. That sounds absolutely divine to me. I wish I thought I could get some. I have white StazOn ink. I wish I could get, I wish I thought I could get a nice white stamp, but I don't think I can. Um, or even gold, you know. I don't think the gold would show up too well. They usually have a lot more than that, Laura. Fried corn. Oh, I thought you said food fest. You said the best food. Yeah. Sounds yummy, right? I'm hungry for potato salad. Well, I'm hungry for anything potato, really. I'm wiping off some of this black. I'm going to see if a little bit of gold, if I can get a little bit of gold going here. I don't know if I have any StazOn gold, though. Oh, I do. Here, StazOn metallic gold. Let's see if I can get a little bit of this. Gina K makes cards, and she has her own company. Oh, she makes stamps, ink, paper, all of the above. She and her husband are cool. I love watching her. Oh, look, here's a little tool. I was using it on the gold to get that inked. Let's see. It's kind of light. Well, there's a little bit of black in there too. So let's see if I can. I can go sideways with it too. It doesn't have to all be. I don't know if Jacqueline's. Oh, Kellyanne, are you still here? Gina K. Maybe you could. Is that what her site's called? Gina K? Yeah, you can't really see the gold. It's very subtle. Let's try a little more. I have other gold, but it's kind of runny. I don't think it will StazOn. Could you find Gina K's channel and maybe drop a link in? Yeah, she's cooking. That's okay. I knew you were there, but I figured you were got your hands busy doing something. Kel's probably working on a bracelet, or she couldn't decide what she was. Yeah, that's really not. I guess I need to re-ink this too. Hmm. Oh no, you're both sick. Jacqueline's John was exposed, I think, to COVID. They sent him home from work early because someone, oh goodness. Let me see if I can find my old re-inka. Stays on the wash. Green. Boy, I'm doing pretty good. How's that? How's that? Yeah, she's under Gina K. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Did Ann ask a question? Yeah, this one's for Stays On Gold. And then my other one, this was for the Distress ink. This isn't permanent. So if I paint it over a top, it might move. But this is what that little bottle looks like. And they have little, well, this one's not. This one's a little eyedropper where you can squeeze it on. This one's just, oh, this one's got a little squirt nozzle. I guess I should have shook this. That looks orange. Yikes. All right, let's shake it up. Shake, 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 shake. Shake your bottle. Shake your bottle. I'm okay. John and our son are sick. Oh my. Well, this has seen better days. It says gold. I'm so impatient, ladies. I don't know if this has a little bowl thing in it. Say. No turning back. And then I'm using this little scraper to push that ink into the pad. This really looks more copper at this point. Sometimes your ink pad will be so dry, you don't really need to, yeah, hopefully it'll, but really, come on. It's probably, unfortunately, generally, any kind of a bug usually goes through the whole family. This just isn't mixing up well. But it's getting more gold. Let's see what it looks like when I put some on the stamp. It's really juicy now, guys. I've got it loaded up. Yikes. Let's see. Oh no, sharing good channels is a good thing, Ange. That's fine. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. I got a little, maybe too much on the stamp. Just going to do a light tippy tap, a little light tippy tap. All right, let's try this again up here. I think I got more ink on there. I can maybe get a second stamp. That's not too bad. All right, now they say keep your StazOn covered up because it evaporates and dries. So I try to be mindful of that. All right, let's see. I think I want to do a couple more of these splashy looking ones. These splats. Let's see if I can get more splats. We'll ink this. Debbie Epps, how are you? Debbie, I have your drawing I purchased right here on my wall of fame. I look at her every day. I love her. Nice to see you. Peggy, hi. There's our dear Peggy. How you doing, Peggy? And she got the Gina K link. Thank you, my dear. How's the family? How's everything going? Have you done any really good shopping? All right, I'm going to put this splat up here. Peggy says hi to everybody. Oh, that looks cool. It stuck that time. Sometimes I lose my grip. All right, I'm going to try to get one down here over top of my napkin. I'm trying to decide. See, that gold still isn't dry. If I want to, let's see, I got to move some of this stuff. Do some spattering in white or in black. I'm kind of thinking maybe white kind of would pop out. And I was thinking these empty spots here where you can see the brown bag aren't going to be, wouldn't be too great. But you know what? I'm liking how that looks now. So, all right, Peggy says, oh no. Rental car broke down in Knock. Took 4 hours for a tow back to get another car yesterday. Oh my goodness. That's frustrating for sure. Oh boy. Years ago, after we had first come to Jersey, Ron and I had gone out to dinner. Of course, we were together. We were about 45 minutes from our home. We really didn't know anybody. And we were going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. And he said to me, you don't need to bring your handbag. And this was, we had our older car. It wouldn't happen now with the car we have now. He said, you don't need to bring your handbag because, you know, all you eat, it's kind of, oh yeah, the prayer card is from Knock. I was wondering why that sounded so much for prayers. For solo food. Oh no. Oh yeah, I could use a good buffet too. But so here we are. And as soon as he said that and I slammed down the trunk, I remembered that the keys were in my handbag. So we thought maybe we could get into the car and get it open, but we couldn't. We didn't know what to do. All of our family was like an hour and a half away. Um, he's like, well, there's with this one girl at work that doesn't live too far from here. Maybe I could ask her to help us. Oh my gosh. So she came to our rescue. She had a couple things going with her kids, but she got her husband to take over those duties so she could come help us. Oh my gosh. I sent her the biggest bouquet of flowers. I said to my husband, I don't want to hear about the money. I'm sending I'm sending her this bouquet. I mean, oh my gosh. It's horrible. I mean, and Peggy's in a foreign country. All right. All right. So what do you think? I'm going to spatter. Of course, that'll take more time to dry. Oh no. I guess they see all kinds of stuff. Oh my goodness. Peggy says the Avis rental told us yesterday a woman called for help. Her car rental was on the beach with the tide coming in and she lost the car keys. I did the same thing with the keys when my daughter and I were taking a ride to see her roommate. Of course, we lived in Pennsylvania and her roommate was from Maine. And we were partway there. We packed a picnic lunch. We saw a little park. Soon as the same car, soon as I got the picnic stuff out of the trunk, I don't need my purse, threw my purse in. This is why sometimes I put my keys in my bra. Just slam that lid, and I'm like, Colleen? We had to call AAA, and they got us going. Crazy. I think there was one other time I did it. We only have one car now, so we're really in deep yogurt, as my one pastor would say, if I do it again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I. Har says, I locked the keys in my car. Didn't have AAA back then with my daughter, and we were trapped at for like 6 hours over. Oh, yuck. All right, so I'm going to try to find in my massive collection of old brushes something floppy. This isn't super floppy. I'll use that little Chinese. Debbie says, I bought a modified antique fork keychain, that hooks on belt loops or the edge of a purse. Fabulous lifesaver. Many days at school. Oh, that's cool. Huh. All right, I'm going to put out a little bit of this white paint. Let's see what kind of spatters I can get. And I think I'm going to use this water because this is fresh. I need to clean my water jars. So I'm just going to thin this paint a little bit. To spatter it, you want it to be Not runny like ink, more like a milky consistency, because you want it to shoot and spread, but you don't want it to you don't want it to be so loose that you know, it bleeds. No bleeding. We don't want any bleeding. And sometimes I test the spray over my trash can. Look, some of it got past that test paper. And then I tell people, this is what I tell people to do. Just take another paintbrush and tap it. Now, I got stuff sitting here that I don't want white paint spattered on. For years, I used a fan brush. Yeah, this isn't floppy enough. And that you have no control over. The paint spatters whoop, everywhere. That sounds really cool, Debbie. But since watching Dee Dee Willingham, she uses like a liner brush. You can flick it with your finger, that's fine too, but I find tapping it works a little better. Of course, I haven't done any painting in a while, so I'm trying to find. See, this isn't really long. I have really long liner brushes. Kellyanne gave me some that I have tucked away, but they're very thin for like nail art and real fine work, so they wouldn't hold a lot of paint. That one's even shorter. Let's see if I can get this one to work to my liking. Of course, getting down closer, and I like when it like almost makes like a string. I don't know if I'll get any. I don't always get that kind of a look. And then I keep dipping the tip of my brush back in and pulling out more paint and getting it to the consistency that I like. It's kind of a learning curve thing. I'm trying to go mostly like where the darker spots of the stamp spatter that I put on, or the darker spots of the napkin. See, and now the car we have now, the car won't lock if there's a set of keys in the car, which is great. Because now that we've gone to one car, if I do get stuck somewhere, oh my gosh, he can't come get me. I mean, you do have to call AAA, which we could do, but you know, that's not always. Oh yeah, I like that. See how like sometimes it spatters and you get like a line? I love that. And if you're not a spatter person, you don't do something like this. But okay, Ange, I love me some spatter. I'll show you more what I mean in a minute. I guess the paint's a little thicker when it comes off the brush. Now, of course, if you spatter, just like if you're doing dots, it's little puddles of paint, so it's going to take longer for it to dry. Although acrylic paint, which is what I use, doesn't take that long to dry. But you see like this little line here? See, I love that. So that's a pretty dandy looking cover. Now there's probably some pieces of the paper that's going to pick up. You know, I'll see how that goes. Let me just get my heat tool a little bit. And then I think I'm going to go, if I can find where I put my cover that I'm going to use that I got from France, my packaging. Let's see if I can go a little bit longer, maybe till noon Eastern. And I don't want those delightful spatters to smear, so I got to put this somewhere where it's going to be safe. Okay, Laura. Ooh, enjoy that nap. Kellyanne was like, oh, there she is. Oh, Gail, are you okay? She fell back to sleep after taking her walk with Elvin. Oh, thanks, Gail. It's an Amazon package container. Boop. You're okay? Good. Missed you last week. And of course, I forgot to message you to see how you were. Okay. So now, I showed you this earlier. This is a package that I got. I ordered a French magazine a while back. And I just like French stuff. I don't know. Since I was, fairly young. And I pulled out some of the paper that Jacqueline sent to me. And there's this one color she does. It's my favorite. It's the sage color. Let's see what I've got. I'm going to see if I can get it to work in here in this particular journal, because I want to keep all this paper for me. For me. My little stingy face. I can't forget to call my son. I got to remember to call my son. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this in half and see how this is going to work. So here's a couple smaller pieces. Of course, these are going to work because I can just, have some shorties and some regular size. So let me put this aside for a second until these are just so yummy. Okay, Aunt just back with her food. I haven't decided what I'm going to eat today. I had a hard-boiled egg for breakfast. Just for now, I'm going to just sit these together. Now, I'm not sure if just folding these in half, if that's going to fit in that package. So let's just see. Candy says, lunch already, Ange? This is such a nice weight. This has got to be 32 pounds, this piece here. All right, let's just see. Now, it's going to be shorter. Yeah, a little bit, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to offset some of this. And I'm going to do a 5-stitch blanket pamphlet stitch in here. And then I can offset this so it takes up the whole length of the size of the journal. Does that make sense? I hope to somebody other than me. See, like I would overlap that and overlap that. I might not put them all in the center like that, but so I'm going to go ahead and fold some of this yummy goodness and then start putting my paper in the order that I want it. And then before I actually stitch it in, I think I'll probably do a little bit more to that cover. Now I have a French stamp somewhere, so I have to dig that out. I'm pretty sure I have an Eiffel Tower. And then I think I've got some that look French, like I know I have a fleur de lis, so I can get that out. But then I have like an old-timey lady and a parasol. You know, all that kind of stuff might even look good stamped on some of these pages, right? Notebook paper. Jacqueline does a variety of different types of papers. So I'm trying to eat more fish and I don't want to say seafood. I have one of these that look long ways. This might be fun to do some this way. Like shellfish, you know, like shrimp. So I got some shrimp when I was at the grocery store. I don't usually go to the grocery store, but I had a regular checkup. So I was coming past. I thought I'm going to scoot in there. A couple things I was looking for. Some stuff hubby has a hard time finding it, so then I don't get it. Anyway, I've been hungry for peas, frozen peas. So got some frozen peas. And I saw the shrimp. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to get that. So I picked up a couple different bags. I wasn't really thinking about it too much. And then when I came home and opened it up and went to toss it out, Angie, you are so funny. It's okay. Enjoy. And here it was like all freezer, like all covered in freezer dust. I just don't have it in me to go back to the store right then. So I really didn't even think too much about that either. But then when I thawed it out in the fridge and went to use it, some of the shrimp, this was a cooked shrimp bag. Some of the shrimp was real white on the edge, like it was, oh, thanks, Ange. Look how pretty that is. Like it was freezer burned. So I took pictures. I have the receipt, and he's stopping at ShopRite today after church. And I'm like, you want to take this back? Not take it back, but try to get, yeah, freezer burn, right? Get some money back or something. No. He would do it for other stuff. Or this might look cute folded this way. The pattern of the design on that one might go good that way. I'm excited about this. This is going to look cool. Look how cool that is, huh? Yeah, I'll see more of the shine. I know, the paper's great, right? I'm like so in love with this color. She could bottle this. I think if she could bottle and sell this. I would buy this color. Of course, green's my favorite color. There's this gal. What's her? She's on Instagram. She's losing a lot of weight. She's got blue hair. Cottage something or other. I have no idea what her name is. Her reels just come up on my feed. And her and her hubby, I think, are redoing the inside of her their house. I don't know if they bought a farmhouse and just recently moved, or But she was asking whether to use black. She's doing wide stripes on the wall going up their staircase. And she was asking to use this black, a big wide black stripe. The staircase was all in this nice shiny black paint. Can't have it, Ange. You have to go to Jacqueline's site to get it. Yeah, that's her. That's her, Peggy. The Shabby Creek Cottage girl. And she was asking, should I do the wall black or with green? And most people were saying green, but I said green. But for me, it's always green. If there's a choice, it's always green. Debbie said, I've started requesting funds for bad fruit and veggies on Kroger's delivery. They have never denied the request. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, there's not a lot of waste on it, but I do have to cut some of it away, and I shouldn't have to do that for paying, a decent amount of money for cooked shrimp. Other bags I bought weren't like that. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, look at that side. I don't know. I mean, it was already cooked. But all of it. And because it didn't have like a zipper thing, once you opened it up, I dumped it in another Ziploc. And it was all clumped together and it all looked frosty. So, yeah, I don't think it was a pass-by date, but I didn't look at that. It's not right, though. Whatever. It's not right. But now he likes to get their fried chicken. If I want that. Oh, look, I'm going to have to trim the long ones a little bit. Oh, poo. Wonder if I can make a pocket. Ooh. Hi, Dana. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, that's true, Candy. That's a good point. All right, so before I put this in, I made that one really short. I'll have to treat these pages. But he likes to buy their fried chicken, and he likes the dark meat. So that's what he purchases. And you're supposed to get, a sampling of parts, a thigh, couple legs. There's only like maybe 6 pieces in there, I think. 3 out of the 6 pieces of what he purchased were the backs. It had no meat on it. Oh, they do? I love Wawa. I've never had their fried chicken. So he took that back. He had the receipt. He took that back. The girl didn't even ask him any questions. She just gave him his money back. But that's the first time that we've gotten that chicken that was the case. So I guess somebody wasn't paying attention. I don't know. So I thought if he did that, he would try to get reimbursed for the shrimp. And I took pictures. going to be so freaking yummy. Let's put one of these lighter ones in here. I'm going to see how chubby this is going to be. So I don't know if I told you guys, I went to Aldi. I'm going to have to trim those. And I was looking really for salmon. I don't eat salmon as a rule. My husband won't even try it. But, you know, it's better for me. I'm trying to up my omega-3s, you know, and all that jazz. And so, where's my, oh, there it is. I want my little trimmer. I'm going to see. Oh, there are those. Okay, these guys are going to come out for a minute. So I went to Aldi because my sister said they usually have salmon at a halfway decent price. Oh, I see what I'm doing. This can get zhuzhed up. And I don't really buy it, so I don't really know what I'm doing or what I'm looking for. Well, they had great big, large pieces. I almost got a big one. I thought, well, what if I don't like it? Because the price per pound was better, you know? And so I was looking around. Another lady was wanting to get in there. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just kind of taking my time. And so then I saw a piece that I thought looked pretty good. It wasn't too big. Well, here it wasn't salmon. It was steelhead trout. Whew. I thought, well, it's supposed to, I Googled, it's supposed to taste like salmon, but a milder version. So I thought, oh, well, that could be good for me. So I brought that home and I got 2 portions out of it. And I made it the other day. I probably cooked it a little too long for most people, but I like fish on the drier side, so I may have already said this, but it wasn't too bad. So I still have another piece of that to eat. All right, now maybe I'll put in. And she says the Mexican restaurant she goes to all the time has the chicken tenders and French fries off the kids menu. Our son is on a tight budget, and if they want to go out to eat, it's a struggle for them because they're on a very tight budget. So what they've been doing is, especially like a Longhorn Steakhouse, the appetizer is big enough for them for a serving. You're not a fish person and you hate salmon. I've had it a few times. I can eat it. It's not. Amazon grocery. Yeah, you know what? They have one in Pennsylvania they say is going to be opening, but like when I go over to visit my family, but that's not open yet. It still hasn't. It's been a long time. We don't have one of those near where I am. You don't like any seafood? Ooh, I like lobster. Of course, I don't know if I like the lobster as much as I like the butter. I can do crab legs. I like those. But they say the best for us is the salmon because it's high in omega-3, right? Candy said, when I was a little girl, my grandmother would force feed me salmon once a week. Now, yeah, I guess that would. Yeah. Yeah. Sardines. My dad used to eat sardines. They always look so gross to me. And I like mild fish. Like I like tilapia. Oh, you do, Debbie? Oh, okay. Right. Sometimes my dad will put it on a sandwich, I seem to remember. But I guess, he grew up liking that. Oh, we never, he didn't force us to try it. My mom tried the cod liver oil jazz. That didn't work. I remember when my one cousin was first married, I got invited to her house for dinner and she made salmon loaf. That was probably from a can too. Oh my gosh. That I did not care for. And then she had some kind of a side with it that was heavy in anise. Another time I went, some kind of pork. I thought, oh, I can eat this meal, pork. It had some kind of anise. I don't know. Not good. Not good for me. What, the salmon loaf? Yeah, I thought it was weird too. Especially with not asking. Like she didn't ask me, do you like that? But gosh, that was over 40 years ago. Jeez. My dad liked I don't know if they're big in high in omega-3, but oysters. He would like the my mom would make them what she called oyster stew, was just oysters cooked in like a milk and butter kind of a thing. Oh, my sister said, yeah, don't get the salmon steaks. They say that people that eat fish at least 3 times a week live longer. Don't know if that's true. Probably is. I need something really pretty for the front. Maybe this. Or maybe one of those long ones. Let's see. Let me steal this guy out. Ooh, I forgot about that page. Look, I grabbed 2. What a goof. What a goof. Candy's Candy's going for the shorter line. I don't like looking at the oyster, like when you cut it like that. We had up the end of our street, there was a seafood place. It's still there. I don't know if they're open. Dominic's Seafood, something or other. Oh my gosh, they had the best fried fish. And it was a treat for us to go and get that. So Dad would always get a couple oysters, and then we usually would get fried flounder. And especially during Easter, my mom, even though we weren't Catholic, my mom didn't like eating meat on Good Friday. So she would always serve some kind of fish. And sometimes we would get from Dom's. So Dad would say, does anybody want to try one of these? So I said, I'll try a bite. It really was good to taste, but I couldn't. Equals balls. But I couldn't look at it, cut open. It's just like I think I told you this one time when I worked at the courthouse. and the one girl that worked with us, she had a little tiny hot dog roll for lunch, and she had this some kind of looked like a ham salad and stuff. It was stuffed, and we all would sit together in one of the guys' offices. We didn't have a lunchroom, and have our lunch together. And we were asking her what it was. She wouldn't tell us. And then she said, "Who wants to try it?" I'm not really that brave of a person when it comes to food, but she said, "If somebody tries it, I'll tell you what it is." So I said, "All right, I'll try it." And I took a bite and it was good. I don't really remember now what it tasted like. I just remember it tasted fine. Didn't It was good. It was tongue. I did not ask for a second bite. Takes all kinds, right? Okay. So I think that's gonna look. You love tongue, but sliced, not as a salad. How about that? Sorry, Gail. I didn't mean to. Oh yeah. I've seen like people talk about black pudding like in different movies. All right, so I'm thinking I'm gonna want to stamp on this. Maybe I'll try the inside first, but I'm kind of liking my arrangement here for my pages. So I need to put these someplace where they're going to stay in that order. I'll scoop them in there. And I guess she started to use this side of the envelope and then decided, nope, that's not right. The stamp has to be there. Hmm. That's a good way to put it. Debbie said, I like liver and onions. And many can't. Yeah, we were made to eat that as kids, and I didn't care for it. But that was mostly a texture thing. I didn't mind the taste. I lived for the bacon. I always had to have a piece of bacon and onion to eat with the liver. But my mother, up until, she could no longer go out to the restaurant. Oh, I forgot to wipe up my blob of white paint. Would still order that at a restaurant. She said they would make it better than what she could make at home. And we could never understand why you would pay money for that. But she enjoyed it. But see, she grew up with it. She didn't have any issues, at least then, with textures. So, you know, I don't know. I got a mess now here. I forgot I had that blob of white paint there. There was a couple that was in the co-op that I was in. Gosh, they were funny. Um, they loved their dogs. Oh my gosh, they loved their dogs. And they were more on the antique side of things. The co-op that I was in had antiques and primitive stuff that you could purchase, and then handmade craft things. And we were part of our deal with that group of people is that everybody worked a 4-hour shift to help cover the store so they could keep our costs lower and they didn't have to pay an employee. And it was fun to be there. Great people, great people. And I was retired, of course, so I had time. So I always usually did more than one shift because I just liked it. It was like my happy place away from home. So, um, Gosh, now I forget why I was telling you this. Oh, this couple. She had issues, and like, if they were going to a wedding, she couldn't eat, I think it was any meat that was even the slightest bit pink. She just couldn't deal with it. So they would ask for an end piece, but she had other issues too. And her sons, she raised them where they didn't really have issues, but it was just such a hardship for her to go out and eat because she had some of it was gravy and all. And she said he just would look at her and say, "Why did I marry you? Why did I marry you?" He would just shake his head, but she couldn't look at her plate. And then he'd have to, rearrange things. Okay, change of topic. I bought a new 9x12 gel plate, and I was amazed at how great the prints were on a new plate. Oh, that's cool. Um, okay, no more food talk. Sorry, Gail. Um, what brand did you get? Oh, you got the 8x10? I chopped up my 8x10. Well, that's good because usually they say like you have to break it in, right? You have to break in the plate. All right, let's see. I might just stamp a little bit here, and then I'm probably going to get going. What? Oh, it is 12 already. I don't know how many brand plates are out there. All right. Gel press. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm very happy that I chopped mine up, but I've got the big one too. I purchased a big one. Now, see, I've still got some gold one here, but I'm gonna well, you know what? That's gonna get on my. Let me get another baby wipe. That might get on my black ink pad. Let me see if I can take a little bit of this off. I have both Gelly Arts and Gel Press. Okay. That's good to know in case somebody's looking. I abuse my plates. I abuse almost all my supplies. I would encourage you not to be that way, but that's how I am. Peggy gave her 12x12 to Devin. It deserved a better life. Peggy, you're very generous. She loves that plate, I'm sure. I've heard her say she was thrilled with that gift. Quite lovely. Look, I got a smudgy there. Eh. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm just going to stamp a couple little things. Peggy, what time is it where you are? Phil said, I did a lot of jelly printing a couple of years ago, got burnt out and haven't done any since 5 p.m. Okay, so you're like on England time. This is just so white, I might hit this with some of my coffee. I didn't think about that before I started this endeavor. You have to make time, Ange. The problem with me is if I get started on the gel plate, and I'm not good at it by any stretch of anyone's imagination. I can't seem to stop. I go for days because it's just so thrilling. Really? Oh, Peggy. All right, didn't re-ink there. I got some bigger Tim Holtz, like flower prints. I might put them in there. Oh, I wonder if I could. They're in a binder. I wonder if I could. Wait a minute. Give me one moment. You're not good at it, me either, Ange. But you know what they say. Practice makes perfect. But in my case, it's like practice makes you want to look at somebody else's. Let's see if it's in here. What I'm thinking. Might look good on here. Now this is StazOn, so I should be able to paint some coffee mixture on here. It'll dry by Tuesday. Peggy doesn't have a dryer. Her laundry is almost done. But she's in Ireland, so I'm not gonna, oh, it's not in this one. Philly. Where's the other one like this? Oh, Philly. Won't dry till Tuesday. Oh, used to hate it when our mom would say, "You're gonna go hang that wash out." Ah. I was a disagreeable child. I wasn't really a child. I was old enough to know better, quite frankly. And I did apologize to my mother for my behavior after I had my children. You can watch the sheep while you hang. Well, that sounds delightful. See, this is where I'm not going to be happy till I find what I'm looking for. Oh, maybe it's up there. Okay, hold on. Ours was always, because it wasn't very breezy, I guess. The more breeze, I guess, the softer your clothes would dry. Ours were like boards, stiff like boards when we'd bring it in. Okay, try not to have a super avalanche. Yeah, my grandma always hung hers out. She had a wringer washer too. And we lived next door. So that was so cool. Living next door to my gran. I don't think my mom was that crazy about it because we'd always come home with, there they are, some treats that she didn't want us to have. Okay. Oh yeah, right. If it rains, then it takes longer. Throw them back in the washing machine and spin them. We have to get out all that extra water. Or they won't dry till you're ready to come home. Okay. All right, let's see. That's kind of, these aren't as wide as I thought. Maybe if I went this way. Let's try, oh, I haven't used that one. Let's try. Maybe Judy fell asleep. Kellyanne might have fallen asleep. She was up super early. And she had a long day yesterday. All right. Let's see how this prints, especially since I haven't used this one before. Angie said my great-grandmother made quilts, and when you got sick, she would put 12 on top of you, and you weren't coming out of them. That's so funny. He has to be there at 5:30? Oh my goodness, Gail. Oh, I hope he gets some relief from the carpal tunnel pain. All right, so kind of trying to stay away from the edge. I have just such a thing about having a square edge. So maybe I shouldn't have inked that first. Maybe I'll do this. If I tear strips of paper, sometimes I find that I can avoid that. Maybe I ought to give it a little more juice. So that's Tuesday, huh? Tuesday at 5:30. All right, let's see. I think I got down crooked. Yeah, and I find that Timmy sets, they don't stick to that plastic board they give you that's supposed to go in a binder. That's not too bad. Okay. Maybe I'll do the same flower on all these spaces. So that's what my husband was able to bring some stuff home when he was still working that they weren't going to use. And he would bring it home for me to use in my art room. And that's, I got all those page protectors. So they've come in handy. Maybe I'll go that way over there. Oh, that's a good idea, Debbie. That's a really good idea. All right, so now I'm going to go here, here, here. I don't care if that overlaps onto my, that's okay if that does that. Okay, I'm going this way. Yeah, I hope that goes well, Debbie. Okay. I might fill in here with a little, I don't know, little something, something maybe. Maybe a little splat. See, get something out and just use it. Use it till you're sick of it. All right, Ange, enjoy. Let's see. I have to be so cautious now that none of my stamps hit the floor, because if I don't realize it, little puppy poo ends up finding it and grinding it up. Yeah, it's best to keep it checked. Going right over top of these flowers a little bit. That doesn't look too terribly bad. Probably, you know, she put a lot of tape over top of, oh, I wonder if that, yes, it's not dry enough. It stays on, but it's coming off of that packing tape. All right, so let me just do a little recap here of what I showed you earlier. First thing before I started, I'm going to get these brown paper packages, not tied up with string, from Amazon. I just love them. I love the way they feel. There's all different sizes, of course, depending on what you ordered. And I hate throwing stuff out. So why not make a journal? So this one is not an Amazon one. This one I got from, like I said, I bought a magazine a little while back from France. And I just like the envelope, the packaging. France. So I'm going to put my yummy pages from Lovely's Crafting Lodge. I got to figure out how to get chat to populate. So that'll be in there. I should put it in my back. A lot of crows outside. They better stay far away. Oh yeah, that could be dangerous. All right, so that's going to be a journal for me. I'm going to do some more. I probably will stamp some. So I wanted this to be the front cover, but it didn't work. So it's going to have to be the back. And I'll probably put other fabric around, cover up some of that tape. But I think that'll be a cute journal. And then this I worked on. I think I started this on a live. This is the Shindy carpet rug. One of the rugs, I think one that Jacqueline sent me, and then one that I had purchased with all these similar colors. And just cut the little strips, lined my bag so I could use a guide to try to keep my lines a little straight. And then I wanted fabric inside and decided to use the untorn pieces of Shindy for the inside. So I've got to get some pages together for that. That won't stay shut at the moment. It's going to need a tie. And this one was a really large one. And I think what I did was cut the edges off where it's sealed So I had two, and then I stitched them together. I did this, somewhat poorly on my jelly plate, but I'm going to add stuff to it. And then these are pages from Shipping Box that I got my supplements in that I ironed and did some gel printing on. I don't know if we did this together. I think we may have. There's that butterfly again. And so that's going to go in there. But as you can see, I've got tons left to do on this to make that look a little more appealing. And let's see. Oh, here's another one. See, this is how I am. I get going on something. It's like I can't get enough. This is another one I did on the jelly plate. This one I didn't take apart, but you can see those little white things? They're like little foam cushions to give some extra padding. I jelly print horribly. But these are some of my jelly printed papers that I don't use for anything. I usually forget to do the other side, so I'm going to paint coffee on that, coffee stain on that. This one has to be trimmed. So that's another one. And then today, I started this last night. This is what we mostly did today. I took my little sheets of torn book pages. I have a stack of these laying around. So I took those and glued spots and added them on. And then I splashed my coffee mixture on it. It's just water, instant coffee. And I like it really dark. So I splashed that on. And then today, at the beginning of the video, I just tore off the loose pieces and then started to add some torn napkin that I had sitting at my desk, and then pulled out this napkin and did some stamping and then some spattering, and this is going to be another one. I haven't decided on the pages. See, I need a little more glue there. But that's what we did today, basically. All right. So if you get any of those brown paper packages, don't throw them out. See if you can use them. All right. Thanks for joining me. This has been great. There have been quite a few of you here this morning, so that's cool. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy holiday. Peggy, I hope your wash dries. And thanks for popping in. That was so great. And it was great to see Debbie. We haven't seen her. I haven't seen her for a while. And our Gail, she's doing good. Candy, I hope is on the mend. So she was able to pop in. Ange and Laura. And then we've got Jacqueline was here and Kel. Gosh, I'm not remembering everybody. Teresa's on the mend. So think about her if you will. Don't forget my sister Cheryl. She's going through some stuff with her health and her chemo. So keep her in mind, please. And can't believe it's September 1st. But here we go. Here we go. We're on the downward hill there towards the end of the year. It's hard to believe, isn't it? They just keep going faster as we keep getting older. Keeps going faster. So thank you all for being here. Oh, and Mitzi came in. Got to see Mitz. Oh, how fun. Dana popped in. Lovely. All right, love you guys. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for a bit. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Lord willing, I'll see you Thursday. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Until next time. I love you. Bye-bye.